Hello and welcome, Internet. I am Gladiator, and I'm joined here with Black Templar, and we got a lot of things to talk about. Number one, as you see with the intro title, it is season six introduction, but we are going to talk about the season five best players from last season. Obviously, we got a lot of different categories to be going through of the YouTuber League, and yeah, a lot of different things to talk about. So. What do you think?
Yeah.
How do you think things will be coming down with this Black Templar?
Well, I believe Season 6 should be interesting because new teams, new players, and new styles could be abound. And and traditional murdering, slaughtering, and downright skullduggery shouldn't be miscounted. Would you agree?
Indeed, I agree 10,000%. But before we go on to the different teams of the two different divisions that we have, which is USA and Europe. Let's talk about the previous season, the best players from both divisions combined, because we did have two divisions last season as well. So how do you want to start things off?
I think we should start off with the quarterback because we really had a bit of hard choice picking the quarterback because there was a couple of people who fitted the bill.
Yeah, there was a good chunk of players that could be playing very well. However, there has to be one for this one.
Yep.
And go ahead and say some of the nominations if you don't mind.
Yep. The first nomination we had was Ale from the Black Legion Gods.
Indeed,
He was
a great player.
He was a great player, but I mean, you could see him as more of the, shall we say, the jack of all trades kind of player.
I mean, it's a beastman. Beastman can be very, very what you want to call it?
Versatile.
Versatile. Yeah. That's a great example for it. And beastmen, they don't start with any skills besides horns. So I mean,
yep.
Bell, and plus he has Agi 4 and 4 strength. That's a really good piece. So he can be passing. He's pretty much an elf. He's an elf with horns. In this aspect.
Yeah.
So
that's what the Wood Elf should have been.
Oh man, but yeah, he was a great player that could have been a quarterback. He had the most passes for your Chaos Warrior. But overall, we went with a different player. And
yep.
Go ahead and introduce him and which team he is on.
He is from the US League. It's our friend from Australia's Molts, Ultan Slaughterer. From the Food to Die For.
Food to Die For. It's a vampire. If I can get to him, and everyone can see who he is.
I mean, he is quite a very good player. I mean, he is quite beastly with his strength 4, block, dodge. But the one thing that set him apart from the others is that AG 5.
Yeah, he's an AG 5. I'm pretty sure that was a blodge piece. Yeah, blodge piece. That is nasty. An absolute monster of a player. Heck, he did not only passing, but he also did running. He had 12 touchdowns. He actually inflicted some casualties as well. Two casualties inflicted. Didn't get no kills.
Yep.
But yeah, he was very good. He didn't get no MVPs either. So 49 experience points was all him, either passing, injuries, or throwing touchdowns. He done a lot of things. He's actually would have been a good candidate for jack of all trades, but we had another player for that. Overall,
oh yes,
great passer though.
Oh yes, a great passer, and one that many teams did fear to deal with because it's like, well, how do you capture him without leaving the rest of the team vulnerable?
And I mean, with more of a blade to the knife, I mean, he had a good coach going him to the right positions, making the right calls, making the right throws. And if he did go down, he had regeneration. So yeah, could have been.
Yep.
And he was a deadly player, literally.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't punching or throwing, he was biting his thralls.
Yeah, I feel sorry for that one throw that got bit like 5 or 6 times in one match.
No. Alright. Well, good job to you, Malt, and your Watan Slaughter. Let's move on to running backs. And,
yep. And we have picked our 2 candidates. Now one you would be surprised at, the other wasn't surprised.
Let's move to the obvious one, okay? Before we get to the special edition, not guaranteed to ever see again, or maybe C again, because that might be the only thing that runs on that team. But let's move to the Lizardmen and the obvious choice of Bacon. That's a weird player name, but it's funny nonetheless. An absolute monster running down the field unless you catch him, but good luck with that.
Good luck with that. But yeah, making Bacon was pretty much the best. He was the best running back by far. I mean, he was the like I said, Gijo just said the obvious choice. Yes, it was the obvious choice. But the thing is, though, what made him stand out, I felt, was like he was just any running play that was going to happen at Lizardman team. It was him.
I mean, and the thing is, the stats back it up. He has 896 yards running. He has 18 touchdowns. He even did a pass, a skink passing. Can you believe that? I mean, he has actually 4 to be fair, but still.
Yep. So it was no surprise he was going to take the running spot. That was obvious.
Heck, he was almost as good as my Lizardman in season 3.
Yep. However,
but,
we're going to go to the most surprised one. The one that we did not expect to get this slot. Now, we did think of Bale because he was also a good runner. But instead, we found someone better. And it's from the GW Rules, Ankle Toes, Carlos
Acosta.
Thank you. But yes, GW Rules, your dwarf made the cut.
I mean, let's look at this guy. I mean, seriously. He starts out with sure hands and thick skull. That's already good to begin with because sure hands is great. I mean, he is a dwarf, so you kind of expect block for the first pick, but he got doubles, and he got dodge, which is even better for a runner. So then, of course, he got block after that, kickoff return, and tackle. So this is a very good player. He's not super quick. He's average quick, but I mean, the stats back him up. I mean, 667 yards running. He even did some blocking. He even got a casualty against people. 16 scores. I mean, this is the Dwarfs' go-to player to pick up the ball and run it in for the touchdown. I mean, and he had a really good team to back him up. I mean, look at this team. This is scary. Look at all the guard. Flipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guard pieces, dude. And one of them was a death roller.
And that's terrifying.
That is a scary team. I'm glad I didn't fight you, GW Rules. I'm pretty sure my team would be dead before I got anywhere close to Black's team. Look at all this. It outguarded my team, and I had like 4 or 5 guard pieces for a high elf team.
It makes me wonder how in the heavens did Scythe get through that?
A bit of a nuffling, and a bit of a luck, and a bit of a, I don't know, spit on his elbow somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Yeah. You can't even reach your elbow with your mouth. But anyways, let's get off that and move on to the best receivers.
Yes, that was a bit of a challenge to do.
I mean, there's flipping 4 elf teams. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But one of them, well, actually both of them probably pretty expected. Let's be honest here. We did have some good candidates though. Really good candidates. We had some orcs that was in there surprisingly enough for receivers because flipping. These orcs want to be elves for some kind of reason. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand it.
Well, to be fair, I did set the standard in season 3 with like passing and receiving orcs, so I did set the standard.
Yeah, in some aspects for orcs. I mean, to be fair, orcs are not horrible for passing and receiving because they are Agi 3 and they have a thrower which has pass. So I mean, it's very possible. Orcs are a jack of all trade team, just like humans. Humans did okay as well. But let's go ahead and go to the U.S. side, and let's speak about their receiver right quick, if you don't mind, Black.
As you wish. I'll let you introduce the 2 receivers, because they're people you know very well.
I mean, they're elves, and obviously I went to the Wood Elves, and let's go down to the Ward Answer. We kind of fully expected it's a Ward Answer. And this guy is a beast, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Ward Answers are the best players starting out anyways. I mean, they're really close to, what you want to call it, gutter runners? But, I mean, starting out skills, Ward Answers are the best. And this player had even more skills to make even better. He has sure feet, sprint, diving catch, and pass block, which is a weird skill for Blood Bowl 2. but still very useful. So if someone tries to throw the ball, it's a War Dancer. He has Agi 4. He's going to most likely catch it, and he has Leap at that. I mean,
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, this guy was a good receiver. I mean, it was a shame in the playoffs he didn't get the chance to strut his stuff because, well, a certain beastman tripped him up.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
the stats says everything. 15 touchdowns scored. He did a casualty. He did some injuries. He actually did a lot of blocks, which that is War Dancer, to be fair. 482 yards running. 24 yards passing. He actually did a little bit of... He did a cross serve as well. So, I mean, really good receiver. That is not the receiver. That is a tree man. And is a War Dancer, to be expected. So, great player.
Indeed.
And the next player, we're going to go to
But
the Europe side. I'll let you speak it. Why not?
The next player, however, has dominated the receiving scene with pretty much with no challenge. His rating is over 9,000.
Yeah.
And it is Vegeta.
Vegeta. Hey, Vegeta. You got that position. Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, God. Come on. It had to be said the 9,000. It had to be.
Well, I mean, it is a Dragon Ball Z character, so yeah. And he's the one that said it, so that's even better.
But, yes. I mean, he dominated receiving like there was nobody's business. I mean, he was literally unchallenged.
Yeah, especially for the Europe side. Dark Elves were good, but, I mean, my High Elves were dominating in the regular season. I didn't get a single loss. Vegeta was a great player. He had 500 yards running, 8 yards passing. He even did a cross serve just like the War Dancer. 11 touchdowns. He did some injuries against people. I mean, in the final game of the playoffs, he didn't do as much, but at least on the plus side, he did get injured like Selenapa or died like other players. So, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments here where Oath is literally screaming to the heavens, shouting, cursing not only me and Nuffle for not having the highest go back to back winning.
we gotta be honest here. You might have won, but Nuffle had a big bone to pick right there.
Well, I don't know what you've done to tick it off, but
I mean, if I win every single game, or not every game, I didn't lose any games in the season. I guess Nuffle has a pretty big bone to pick with me when it comes to the finals. I mean, this will happen to you in Season 1, okay? If you win most of every single game with your humans, you go to the flipping finals, fight Gojira, and then lose. It happened to me in Season 5. It sucks, but at least I can say I got Nuffled. Heavily. It wasn't even a fair fight.
But anyhow, so next up, I believe we're going to look at the Jack of all trades player.
And this is an obvious player that everyone should fully expect. It's going straight to the Chaos team. His back is hurting so bad for carrying his team. And it's Bale. Straight up Bale. He carried your team. He was your team.
Yeah, he was. He carried the team. I mean, when you think about it, he's got block, fend, agility 4, and strength 4. I mean, he's practically a vampire on steroids.
Oh, he's better than a vampire. He has flipping horns when he blitzes, so he's strength 5.
Yeah.
Dude, this was an absolute monster. I mean, the stats say it all. He has 4 MVPs. He played all of his matches. He has 10 passes, 4 successful catches, and even an interception. 12 touchdowns. He did injuries. He hurt people. He had running yards. He had passing yards. He did crowd serves. He did everything. He was your team. Like, absolute monster. If you didn't have this guy on your team, or if he died early, your team probably would not have made the playoffs. Let's be honest.
And what's funny about this, right? For those who don't know where Bale comes from, he's from the Dawn of War 1 game. And he had to becoming a bitch to Sindri, and yet, how about in the Blood Bowl, he's just a freaking monster?
It's just Nuffle. He liked Bale for some reason. And, I mean, you had other good players to really help you out. I mean, there's block, tackle, mighty blow pieces. But he was the only guy that not many people could bring down. Or if they did bring him down, didn't hurt. Or could try to injure. I mean, heck, in our game, I try to foul him. I try to punch him. At least with what team I had left. Couldn't really get to him. I mean, and he had good players behind it. 4 Chaos Warriors. We don't speak about the other person, or the other character, but he has his own story we'll get to.
Yes, we will get to that. But anyhow, where should we go to next then?
Let's move on to the big guys. And
Oh yeah,
speaking of big
and
guys,
we
let's go to we have a lot of different players that can actually go through it and whatnot. There was
true.
ogres, Kimry, there was undead. Um, Heck, even Lizardman had a really good big guy. There's a lot of different teams that could have gone through. But I'll let you introduce this player.
Yes, this is Foremost Ogre. Ogre, was it Ogre Outraged or Overrated? I can't pronounce his name, to be honest.
It looks like ogre rated. So ogre rated. I think that's what I said right. I hope I did. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mo, if I didn't.
Well, yeah, sorry Foremost, we butchered it. But yeah, we picked him because he was a beast of a player.
Yeah.
He was such a beast.
I mean, let's be honest. He had another really good ogre. Playtime is ogre, but let's be honest. Like, he's not dead, but he had the better stats of the ogre team. He is injured right now, so he's that's probably his last game ever. But his stats were pretty good. Casualties inflicted 13, 14 KOs, 59 injuries inflicted, and 1 kill.
Are you sure they went from throwing his teammates or trying to eat them?
Well, he doesn't eat them. He might use them as toilet paper, but he doesn't eat them. And maybe as a foot massager. I don't know. I mean, what's the Snarly going to do when an ogre tells you massage my feet? Snarly's going to do anything.
Not much. Yeah, true enough. But yeah. So that takes care of the big guys. Next is the line out.
Linemen. There's a lot of different teams that got linemen. Some were surprising, some of them not surprising.
Yep.
And a lot of different things. I mean, there was black orcs on the things that we could have picked through. There was big guys we could look through because they're obviously always on the line. Heck, the Lizardmen, a lot of their players is a great candidate to go through. But surprisingly enough, we had some like I said, very surprising picks.
Yep.
And to start it off, let's move back to the Europe division, and that's the playoffs. It's not what I'm gonna go to. Europe division. Here we go. And let's move on to the undead team and start out with not the undead necromantic team, and start out with their player. Wait a minute. Where is them? Where are they? There they are. Couldn't find them. So, looking at the list, you will obviously think, oh, it has to be a white. Oh, it has to be a flesh golem. The answer is, it could have been, but it's not. And a lot of people probably think, wait, what? What are you talking about? Flesh golem has amazing stats and everything, but you know something he doesn't have, Black. Guess what he doesn't have?
What? I gotta hear this.
He doesn't have.
He doesn't have
a large amount of kills like this other player. I mean, let's look at this first guy. Let's look at the skills. He does have a kill. Now, this is great example for a good lineman player. But he's expensive. He is on the line all the time, but he's expensive. But let's roll down to this zombie here. And guess what? He has 2 kills.
But you can't go wrong with 2 kills, let's be honest.
And as a zombie with 40k? Who? That's an amazing lineman. He's going to get a level up, so he's obviously going to get blocked next. Unfortunately, he got his 2 kills in the playoffs, I believe. Or one in the later bit of the games, and then one in the playoff. But one of the best linemen. He could foul, and it won't be a big deal because he's a flipping zombie. 40k.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And that's our first lineman.
How about you go on to the next one, Black?
Yep, the next one was an interesting choice yet again. And I couldn't pick with a few players, but the one I did pick comes from the Khemri, from the Ravenous Beast. I'm not going to pronounce the full name because I think I know what it's supposed to say. Because we are on YouTube and we don't want to get into trouble.
Yeah, I don't want the flipping video to go down. But
yep, so it is on the Ravenous Speedies Donny Dunswitz.
Yeah, mummy. Run to your mummy.
Yep.
Oh man, this
And
guy was a beast. He's a big guy. He was on the line a lot. He did a lot of KOs, injuries. He even served people, and great stats. It's a mummy. Yeah.
yep. And plus that as well. I mean, he had mighty blow, guard, and break tackle. I mean, this guy, even if he was trapped in a line, he could just run out and just get someone a little bit further away. That's what made him a bit scary.
Time to get through. I got all this strength making it to agility. Ugh. And you know something else I'm surprised he didn't ever try to do? I'm surprised he didn't try to like cage break. Like
That's a good point. But
break tackle, you can go straight into the cage, dodge once, and then punch the guy.
that is an interesting point. I don't know, to be honest, but Speedy is quite a unique player. He's a bit unorthodox at times.
I mean, let's be honest. This Kimmer team was very unique and did a lot of running with their player, but not enough to make it a pick for the running backs. Still a good choice though.
Oh, yeah.
But let's move on to the next player, which is one of my own, and I'm proud to say, if he's still alive. He is still alive. Hey, what do you know? It's Roshi.
Master Roshi.
And I mean, it's the elf lineman, so he got block, he got mighty blow first, I think, and then block. And man, his stats show it. He is a lineman. He took punches. He did 142 successful blocks. That tells you something.
And that is very rare for elves. It's very rare to see elves with high block stats.
Yeah, I mean, if an elf is in the line that long, they're usually dead after 50 blocks.
Yeah.
But it's still a surprise. Really good player, and I'm very happy. He was a good blitzer, good lineman. He did his job until he got KO'd. But yeah.
And speaking of blitzers, we have our final entry to blitzers category, and we really had a hard job trying to pick this category.
There was so many players we could have picked. So many.
So the first one is going to the US Division's Lorbass, which I really have a pure deep-sea hatred for after what he did to me. Git. And his name is, now, right off the bat, I'm going to say it's the Lorbass right now off the bat. I do apologize if I'm going to butcher your damn name. Okay? Because you've made it so hard for me to pronounce it. Right. In Shiska Reborn. I hope I got that right.
Close enough. Yeah, he wrenched your team pretty bad. He lost the game, but he won the battle. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he tore my team apart. Even though he has a movement down, he was just ripping my team for fun.
And he took out one of the best players in the world, which was your Minotaur. Your Minotaur had a real good theme for your team and everything, and he just killed it.
Yeah. The Git. But if you look at his stats though, I mean, 2 MVPs. Yes, he only had 9 matches. But the thing about this player was whenever he was on the pitch, he was just devastating.
Yeah, I mean, look at the injuries he sustained. He sustained 8 injuries and was in 9 matches. But yet, he's able to get 2 kills, 18 injuries, 80 blocks. That's an elf, by the way.
Yep.
And 7 casualties inflicted on enemy players. That's amazing. And he has 6 crowd serves.
Yep.
I mean, kind of expected when he has frenzy, but really good blitzer, really good stats. Even with the movement down, it's still a good blitzer. 6 movement allowance is not that bad.
It's not. But the fact that he was the main he was like the playmaker of the team. He was getting things going.
He was bringing players down, especially on the casting. But let's move on to our next best blitzer that probably no one expected, probably not even the coach that even had him, is Bretonnian with Roger Death, and his player is a blitzer. That's kind of surprising, isn't it?
Yep.
And I'm gonna butcher his name as well. Parsifal, I think that's how you say it. Might be wrong.
Yeah, I figured.
Don't spell
Yeah.
check me.
it depends. It depends really. I think it's where we say. I mean, I call him Percival. You call him Parcel. I think it's just the usual lingo thing.
I don't care. He has a lot of kills. That means he's deadly. That means he's a good blitzer.
Yeah. I mean, 2 MVPs, 12 matches, 1 catch, 2 touchdowns, 7 catches inflicted, 92 blocks, pretty respectable. 55 kills, 15 injuries, 3 kills. I mean, getting 3 kills one player is a very hard task.
You gotta get you gotta break the armor, and then you gotta get high rolls. It's pretty big pill to swallow if you look at the Blood Bowl stats. So, but yeah, really good player. Roger, your team might have sucked overall, but this was one of the best things of that team. So good job with him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So now that we've covered, now we're gonna have to bring in a new category, ladies and gentlemen, the joke of the season.
Biggest
The one who
joke
was the
players.
Yeah,
Oh,
biggest
boy.
butt of.
Oh, hey Roger, you know
let's-
how I said your team sucked? You also got the biggest joke player.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, you do, poor Roger. And that is Gunro.
Gunru.
This
Gunru.
poor
I think that's how you say it.
Gunru. Yeah. I mean, this poor bugger. I mean, take a look how many injuries the poor bugger has sustained. Oof.
He's sustained 1 injury, which was a miss next game.
No, he's taken 23 injuries in the
Oh,
entire
you
season.
talking about inflicted, or sustained? I mean, yeah.
Sustained.
69 blocks sustained. So he was doing his job for being on the line. It's just he was on the line half the time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
really hilarious.
I mean, his only redeeming quality was he got 1 kill.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than a lot. But since he wasn't on the field most of the time, he's a laughing stock, especially for his own team. Probably Roger, when
Yep.
he saw this guy get hit, he was expecting, oh, this guy's gonna go down now, isn't he? Oh, he did go down. Crud. But we have to have a big honorable mention though. He's dead, so he can't be on the list, unfortunately. And everyone already knows who the player is. It's Abaddon.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
harmless. They're harmless. I mean, I renamed him. He's Abaddon the Dead now because he is dead. And there's a good reason why he died. Because if he stayed on the team, your Chaos team would not have won. Would not have gotten any more kills. And yeah, it was the main reason why your team sucked. Like, let's be honest. Once Lord Bass killed that player, your stuff flip-flopped, and then you started killing.
Yep. I can't argue with that. I
It's
just
like
don't know
Abaddon said,
how
I'm
that
biggest.
works.
I'm the toughest. Bell, you sit down, you get touchdowns, do everything else. I got the punching. Doesn't punch anyone that great. And then he dies, and then Bell says, I'm the best now. Now everyone listen to me. And he won. He won everything. So,
Oh yeah.
it might have been a selective retirement for you, Black, but I say good job on it. You should keep on doing that.
Oh, it was weird when that happened. I mean, once he died, it just suddenly the team snapped and it just went on a rampage.
And by the way, everyone, reason why I didn't go to his team because the player's dead. Can't actually look at Abaddon. So, just letting you know. But anyways, that is the best players and the best laughing stocks of the season. Sorry for anyone who didn't get any of the recommendations, but best players deserve the best things. And there was a lot of good players to choose from. We had a lot of teams to go through. So, either ways, if you didn't make it, hopefully you'll make it to next season. We will not have any highlights for Season 5, unfortunately. But we will, like I said, we'll have this. And for Season 6, we'll have power rankings. And I might try to get a quick video out. I won't guarantee it because time. But let's go on to the introduction of Season 6 and start talking about some of the teams and whatnot. And their starting stuff.
Should we
let's
start off with the U.S. division?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with the U.S. division and take a look at the teams. And I guess we'll start from the beginning to the end.
Indeed.
So,
first off,
yep.
we have Pirate Joe and his team, Chaotic Characters.
a very, very normal Chaos start. 4 Chaos Warriors, Breast Beastmen, and 3 rerolls. I know the reason why you picked the 3rd reroll is because you can get Apothecary. It's going to stay 50k the entire time. Reroll, however, is going to increase in price after the first game.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how you started too, isn't it, Black?
Yeah, I did. I did the same thing. But I mean, it is a standard Chaos team. Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, the only way to start, the other method you could start Chaos was still with 3 rerolls is a Chaos Warrior replaced with a Minotaur. Drop 2 Chaos Warriors and get a Minotaur.
And I think it's 2 rerolls if you get the Minotaur like that. Or replace,
you
or get a
still
Minotaur and take out 2 warriors or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. 2 Chaos Warriors go away and the Minotaur takes their place. But this is the better one because we can all agree Chaos Warriors, yes, they're very expensive, but they are more reliable than a Beastman.
Yeah. Well, Chaos Warriors are more reliable than a Minotaur.
Oh yeah.
Beastmen, they're a great lineman. They start with horns, so I mean, strength 4 for all players. Then you're going to get another strength 4 blitz, unless you blitz the warrior, which you usually probably won't ever do, because they're going to be on the line. But yeah, really good standard start off team. Nothing really much more to say. Interesting names, I can say that. Nothing really speaks out to me because I don't actually know half of them. It says chaotic characters. I don't know. He has to explain them.
Yeah, you'll have to explain them, but it is a bit weird.
But anyways, let's move on to the next one, which is a new player. It is AK Vanguard, and he has an orc team. Orcs. I mean, this looks like a very vanilla start of an orc team. No Apothecary. It's fine. It's orcs. They have high armor. 3 rerolls, 4 black orcs, 4 blitzers, thrower, and 2 linemen. Very, very standard start.
Yeah, it's a generic team, but it's one of those teams where I like to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of motto.
Oh yeah, and they're really good at where they are right now because they're not gonna be as good in Blood Bowl 3 because of a lot of different changes, mainly animosity, and well, they get some buffs. Black orcs become biggins and they get more movement, so there's gonna be a trade-off. We'll have to see on how the orcs react in Blood Bowl 3. But this is not a video about Blood Bowl 3. This is a video about the introduction of Season 2, or it's not Season 2, Season 6 coaches and their teams and whatnot. But still, good standard start. And
indeed,
bashy team, good average. And let's move on to the next one, Black.
Yep, the next one is Foremost team, which is Lava Bay Mutineers.
Mutineers. I don't understand why they're mutant because they're not Underworld. But
yeah, but as is even the team. I mean, it is pretty much like a standard team, though. I mean, there's no ghouls in it.
It is standard, but it's not standard either. He's missing a white.
Indeed, I think what he's done is he's going to rely heavily on his bulwark with his werewolves. I mean, that's pretty much evident.
I mean, I'll be honest. This is just me. I would have preferred 2 whites over the werewolf. I would have got one werewolf and 1 ghoul. That's just me. This is my standard. 2 werewolves. This is actually a very valid build. It's just my opinion. To each their own. It has a lot of movement to it because 2 werewolves, and they could get MVP quickly. And it's different for me, but it's still a very valid team choice. 3 rerolls is great to start with as well.
Yeah, I think that's what he's done. I think what he's decided is he's, instead of going for the second white, he decided to go for the 3rd reroll. Because that's the problem with this team. It's like either going to go taking 2 whites and 2 rerolls, or 3 rerolls but 1 white, or ghoul, depending on your personal preference.
Yep, very interesting, but I think it should work pretty well. He can get MVP and he has all 4 main players that he really needs. A white is good to have because of block starting out. Doesn't have it. It's not a big deal. It's just my preference. I like to have block. But either way, good luck to you, Formal. And your team's going to probably do fairly decently. But the next one is King of the Cosmos. He played Halflings last season. And this time he's playing Pro Elves. And another very standard build. However, he does not have a thrower. He has 2 catchers instead.
Yes, and that's something that I've noticed as well. I mean, no thrower. Now, I see what he's done. actually sacrifice the thrower, right, for a cheaper lineman, but another reroll. That's what I think he's done.
3 roll starting out, no apothecary, so if he gets an early injury, like that's actually a big value of piece, like a blitzer or a catcher. Yeah, you're not going. It's going to be expensive to replace early on. So I hate to say it, but I disagree with the third reroll. I would have gotten an apothecary. Because you do have 2 blitzers. The thrower is not a big deal. Catchers are way better than the thrower, because they have movement 8, obviously, and nerve steel. So they could be in a tackle zone and still catch it. But of course, it's not level 3.
It depends really who he's got in the first match. That might be like make it good or bad.
Let's see who he got right quick. I mean, we're not really trying to go through predictions. We're going through the players and whatnot. But let's just see. Let's see. This is Speedrunners United. Let's see, who is he fighting? I'm just curious. He is fighting Kawaii Contagious, which is Nurgle.
We'll have to wait and see on that one, I would say.
This is going to be painful.
Well, one of them at least.
Oh.
But then again, it's Bright Ops, and Bright Ops has a bit of an unusual, weird luck pattern, as we all know.
He does. It's either really, really good, really, really bad, or mixed with good and bad, different timing. It's Bright Ops. You have one of the weirdest luck schemes I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of luck factor, and someone that has weird luck too, Scythe and his Underworld team.
Yep. Our 4th place from last season, which he takes East Street Slashers.
And I love Underworld. They're going to get better in Blood Bowl 3. But I mean, this is a standard starting team for Underworld.
I'm surprised he actually managed to get an apothecary in along with 3 rerolls. That's pretty impressive.
Well, believe it or not, Underworld's actually really cheap. You can get almost every single you can get all your position players. You can get an extra Gabo on the line, and it's a cheap team. And the bad thing is, he's probably gonna lose a player his first game. It's probably be a Goblin, might be a lineman for all I know, Skaven lineman. But this team, once they level up and whatnot, is absolutely disgusting.
Yep. But then we also got Jason Voorhees, the troll. I mean, remember everyone, Warp Stone Trolls can be terrifying if they can get the right rolls for their skills.
Mainly because, well, not even that. They can become terrifying after their first skill. Because they start with Mighty Blow, so that's amazing. And this is Blood Bowl 2, so this is 2016 rules. So Claw stacks with Mighty Blow. And, yeah, trolls are absolutely nasty because they can get mutations right off the bat. Just like Chaos Minotaurs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best big guys because they get mutations starting off. Disgusting.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, good team. Good standard team.
Oh, yeah. Next off, I'll let you announce this one.
It is Malt and Don't Fear the Reaper with his Gimri team.
Yep, the man who came third and earned the bronze medal.
Malt's a good coach. This is a very average Gimri build. 2 Blitz for us, 4 Tomb Guardians, and a bunch of Skellies.
Yep.
And this is a good coach behind him. So.
But there is something I just noticed.
There is no thrower.
No. Yes. Now, he sacrificed the 4 to get a reroll. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Malt. That's a bad idea because, yes, you need a 4+ pick of a ball, but the throw raw has got sure hands, which is ridiculously good for a Khemri team.
Well, I can see why he picked the reroll over the throw raw because rerolls are going to get more expensive after it, and it's a Khemri team, so these rerolls are expensive. The throw raw is going to stay the same the entire time. He's going to get a throw, get that sure hands. His first game is going to be tough. He's probably going to be guarding the ball the best he can. He's going to try to pick up the ball the last thing he does after caging up a little bit. He's going to be punching with his Tomb Guardians, blitzing with his Blitz Rush. I see his strategy, and I think it's not bad. Considering Malt is a really good coach, I see what he's doing. Straight up. But having no throw, that reroll you might as well say is going to be growing up trying to pick up the ball. Let's be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he is running on luck on that point. But I mean, if he can get through like a couple of matches with some money and get a thrower to come in, and this team will be terrifying with 3 rerolls and deep bench.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, Kimry can easily get a bench because they have Skellies. Skellies can stack up pretty easily because it's 40k. So yeah, I think Malt's going to do pretty good. He's always been a good coach, and he has Johnny Cash in there, so yeah, he's good. And Elvis Presley, yeah, and Freddie Mercury. He's fine. He's fine. He's got all the big time stars in there.
Yep. Yeah.
But I'll let you introduce the next team.
Yep. The next one is GW Rules Red Rockets.
He has a Norse team.
Yep, which is a standard affair, I would say, for the Norse team. I mean, 2 berserkers, 2 runners. You know, this is something I wanted.
It's a slightly different team, to be honest.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the Ulfwiners, so
yep.
In that regard, he has less strength, but he has slightly more reliable players because he has everyone but his Yeti that has block. And he went from a team that has all block with his dwarves to a team that has all block with his Norse, so he still has a lot of block.
Yep. And I know this is a bit of shameful plug-in, but recently I did a video on the legendary teams, what I thought, and I said about the Norse that the thrower was not really worth having now because, well, this is 20, but I feel that's what I think why GW's done this team, because reality-wise, they don't really need a thrower, the Norse. They just need a runner to pick up, or the blitzer to pick up the ball.
Oh yeah, the Norse's thrower's always been like a very selective type of player. You can get him first off. I mean, he has block pass. It's not bad for a thrower, and he's gonna be better in Blood Bowl 2 than he is gonna be in Blood Bowl 3. Obviously because the passing stats it's gonna be 3+ instead of 2+, like the human thrower. But overall, I mean, it's gonna be the same stats. Let's be honest between them.
Yeah.
But overall, Norse has never been a passy team. I mean, their runner get catch, maybe they might start passing, but a thrower is kind of like a beefed up lineman. So they're more of a running team than a passing team. So I understand 10,000%. And it's a good starting team.
Agrees with you, actually.
I mean, he has a Yeti starting out, so if he fights anyone on the front line that has high armor, like say for example orcs or dwarves, which you don't have to worry about dwarves, so that's going to suck as much. But he has to worry about Chaos, he has to worry about Nurgle, and I'm pretty sure he has to worry about orcs as well. Yeah, he does because of 8K Vanguard. Yeah. So the Yeti starting out is a good choice. I don't know who he fights first. Let's actually see right quick. Who do you fight first, anyways?
I mean, he's also got Fan Factor 3 and an Apothecary, which is thinking good because it's going to mean he's going to have more like endurance. Yeah,
kickoff events and whatnot. Let's see. Don't Fear the Reaper. He is fighting Kimry. Yeti's great for that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kimry has Tomb Guardians that have 10+ armor, and then they have regular Skellies and Blitzeras, which is 9+ because they're all armor value 8. So yeah, Claws, great up. I mean, he doesn't have Mighty Blow starting out. That's the only bad thing about Yetis, but they start with Claws. It's amazing. It's like the poor man's Mighty Blow. He's going to get Mighty Blow next, I guarantee you, because he's a big guy. And if he hurts a Tomb Guardian from Maul, it's going to be a bad start. Let's be honest. It's a scary team to fight off first. But anyway, went from block to block. Good job, GW Rules.
Yep.
Now let's move on to the next one, which is Roger Death and he finally got his undead team. Finally got him. I think he's super happy about that because this is his main team, for what I've learned. And standard undead team. 2 mummies, 2 whites, skellies and zombies for the line. Skellies for the flanks to help out with the ghouls or the whites, whatever. Ghouls for the ball carrying. I fully expect him to get more ghouls later on, because ghouls, unfortunately, die very quickly. And the bad thing is with the ghouls, they don't have any saving thing to help them out if they do die. They're the worst player on the team, but they're also the best player on the team. That's like the suckiest thing about Undead and Necromantic. The ghouls are great, but also suck because you can't help them out if they go down.
No, but I think with the ghouls, I mean, as soon as if he can get one ghoul to like get an upgrade straight off the bat, I think there'll be a nightmare to deal with. But it all depends really if they can survive a couple of games without being murdered in the process.
All right, one thing, Roger, you need to do one thing for me, okay? All right, Mr. Freeze is your best lineman. Just telling you that right now. I mean, he freezes people in Batman all the time. So you should be fine, okay? Don't worry about your luck too much. That's the
Oh.
side point, okay?
What? Oh, what's interesting is he's facing up against the East Street Slashers.
I mean, that's gonna be a pretty easy front line to beat down. Just gotta worry about those dodgy gobos. And he doesn't have claws for starting out, so it's probably a good thing. It's probably gonna be a win for Roger. Let's be honest. But his luck, it might be a tie for all we know. But
Yeah,
either way.
let's move on to the Kahawi Contagions. His bright ups. Oh god.
Hawaii Contagions, which is weird in my opinion, but
It
nonetheless.
means in Japanese cute.
I know. But these guys are not cute. What are you, stupid? Are you crazy? No, you're right, Ops. You got ridiculous, weird luck streaks
Taste.
of different things. I don't understand. And you got a really
Now-
good team to fight for you starting off. So
Now this is interesting.
Hmm.
Now this is an interesting team.
it is.
He's full gold,
don't-
one Noga Warrior and one Pestigore.
Well, usually you
Golden.
would go one Pestigore. Usually we get all your
Yeah.
warriors though first. Like you wouldn't worry about the reroll. I understand why. It's a good reason why, because rerolls get more expensive after the first game. But usually in my standards of making teams, I would get all my Nurgle warriors, my Beast Nurgle, and one Pestigore, and forget the reroll. And the thing is, Routers are actually really good right now compared to what they be in Blood Bowl 3. They're gonna lose in agility, so yeah. It's an odd start to me, but I understand why, because of rerolls.
Yep. I mean, he's also got a Beast of Nurgle, which is going to be a very beastly affair for anyone who deals with it.
Beast of the Beastlies. And just watch out for that tongue, okay?
Yeah.
But let's move on.
And you
to
know
the
what?
next one.
I think I know why he picked the Japanese name. But I'm
Why?
not going to say it because yet again we could get into trouble.
Oh.
I'll tell you off the stream.
Okay, sure, whatever. But anyways, let's move on to the next one, and it is Wood Elves. This is a standard starting team. He decided to go with the 2 ward answers, which, I mean, either you go with 2 ward answers and a treatment, or not, 1 ward answer treatment, or 2 ward answers. It's usually what you do. He does have a catcher, so he has a lot of movement.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of movement, but I'm a little bit worried about this team because depending who he gets first, it could end up half his team being butchered.
This Wood Elves, okay? Like, you only worry about your ward answers, and the rest of them are just obstacles for the enemy team. They're roadblocks for the enemy team. He fights. Let's see.
Ooh. Mutineers. He's got formal.
Oh, he's got formal.
Yep.
Claw's not gonna be a big factor to him. So, I mean, that's not a big deal. Because he doesn't have a tree man. He doesn't have a line either, but he can dodge away from the line if he decides to. And he has way more movement. I mean, the werewolves are great, but everyone else on his team, for formal, doesn't have that great movement. Besides the white having average movement. So if Kenny, Crazy Soda Man, whatever you want to call him, if he decides to just outrun him, running around circles, and flank the ball carrier and whatnot, he should be fine. And there's no Mighty Blow to worry about, so his team should be doing okay.
It should be.
Until they fall
just have to wait
the word
and
answer on their face.
Yeah, and then everyone jumps on and tries to maul it. But we'll have to wait and see.
It's going to be an interesting match. I don't know. We'll have to find out for who wins that. But go ahead and move on to the next one for us, Black.
Yep. And the last coach for the US League is Blonkow and his Boredom Bringers, the Humans.
Oh, so boring.
It's a pretty standard affair, I have to admit. I mean,
I kind of like his
yes.
team. I think he could have been a little bit better for his number 2 player, though. Human Blitzer. I mean, I guess it's boring because he was bored to make another name, so he just named it. Oh, he's a Blitzer. Human Blitzer, then. I can understand that. But you could have done a little bit better.
yeah. But to be honest, I mean, 4 Blitzers and the Cat Thrower and the Ogre is a good standard start. I mean, to be honest, that is a good standard start for a human team, without a shadow of a doubt.
Wait, I got a great question though. to Bloncal
Which is?
whenever he watches. Why? What's wrong with Paul? What's wrong with Greg? And what's wrong with Oh, there's only two people. Why? How are they boring? They're just names. I mean, I guess it's understandable that they are sort of a boring name, but it's people's names. Don't be making fun of their names.
You'll have to ask him that question.
But overall, his team though. Let's look at that. You play humans more than me, so you can tell everyone.
Well, to be honest, like I said, the first 5 players he's picked, the first 6 players he picked, no problems. That is a good startup. However, I do question one player, catcher.
Catcher?
Yes, Rice Keeg.
I can understand why you picked the catcher.
I can understand why, but the problem is with them, I would rather have 2 of them instead of 1 because give multiple options. I mean, having 1, it screams at every player in the game saying, "Is the main ball carrier. Get him."
Well, in some aspects, yes. Some aspects, no. It depends if he's down the field or not. Because he has the thrower. His thrower is going to be the main ball carrier to pick up the ball. His catcher's going to run down the field, or be a distraction and run down the field while he throws to a blitzer. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. He does not have an apothecary. He has 3 rules though, so that's why he has a catcher.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't bother with the catcher. I would have just gone with another lineman and save the money to get straight away another apothecary right off the bat.
Yeah. And humans are humans. They have decent armor. And they have an okay line because of the ogre. So they should do okay. In theory, like, let's see who they're fighting first right quick before we move on.
Yep.
They're getting orcs. That's a classic matchup.
Always is.
So
I mean, and then, and last but not least, we've got an AI team, but let's be honest, nobody gives a rat's shit about the AI.
I mean, we could just take a small look at it. Oh, hey, look at there. 5 ogres. That's standard. Okay, that's done. All right, bye.
Yep. Let's move on to the European League, home of the current champion.
Or previous 3 champions, besides 1.
Yep.
I mean, let's look at one of the previous champions right quick. Let's look at Oathmaster.
Yep, the Ancient Predators. Lizardman team.
Very standard startup.
Yeah, very standard startup. I'm surprised he didn't go for a Croxicore, to be honest, but I guess he's thinking having 6 Sauruses first and a good chunk of Skinks to start off with. It's standardized, but I'm surprised he didn't go for a Croxicore, to be honest.
Well, the reason why he didn't go with the Crocs, there's actually probably 2 or 3 reasons why. Number 1, he has Bonehead, he has Loner, and he's really expensive. He would have had to bring down a reroll. Number 2, he wants to save up for Apothecary. It doesn't matter if he gets only 10k for his next game, he's going to get an Apothecary next. Because you want your Saurus to live. And the thing is, Saurus is like a team that can be really, really good, but if you lose players, they get really, really sucky really, really quickly. And that's a lot of reallys. Just let me know. Trust me. Played him a lot in Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
But Oathmaster, for what I remember, he said that this is one of his main teams that he likes playing. So it'll be interesting to see on how well this team develops. I mean, the league that he's in right now, there's not a lot of super strengthy teams. I mean, he has Dwarf starting out, which is Chaos. But
yeah,
I mean,
which is going to be interesting because that is just, I mean, to be honest, right? Getting Chaos Dwarfs off the bat serves 2 great purposes. 1, gets them out the way.
Yep.
Straight away, gets them away. Secondly, it leaves his Skinks in a bit of a bad area.
And from what Oathmaster said in the chat, he said normally he does go Crocs before, but he's going to try with a different strat, go with 6 swords. Personally, I actually go with 6 swords before the Crocs because they are more reliable. 6 strength 4 guys is really good, in my opinion. I mean, it sucks that you're fighting Chaos Dwarfs first because of the tackle, but just mark up your players with the mark up your swords with the Chaos Dwarfs and you'll be good. Because I mean, we'll go to them in a little bit, but yeah, Lizardman is a good solid thing. Only bad thing about starting off Lizardman, no block, no defying punchy killing things. They just got their Skinks with dodge. Yeah.
I mean, God help them when the Black Orcs come in. God help them.
Oh. But a little rule though about Black Orcs, they're the Brawler ability, which allows them to reroll both down. if you use the both the reroll on the both down, you can't use a regular reroll to fix it if it's bad.
Yeah.
So the small
Well,
nerf to the Black Orcs, but still.
Yep.
But
Anyhow, let's move on to a returning coach who was not here last season. That is Ronky McScumbag with the rule of Twilith.
yep, you are scumbag,
Why do you
all
keep-
right.
Yeah. Why, Ronky? Why do you keep stuffing up names that way? Anyhow, it's the Dark Elves.
Yeah, with a lot of Darth stuff that has Jedi stuff, sort of. I mean, he has Darth Maul in there.
Oh yeah.
Why did you... Wait a minute. I got a question for you, Bronky. Why did you make Darth Maul a regular lineman and not a blitzer? Like, Darth Maul is a blitzer level character, okay?
Wow. Yeah. And why do... I'm gonna have to cut in here. I'm insulted. He put Darth Vader as a lineman.
Wait a minute. What? Why? Why did he do that? I didn't see Darth Vader until now. Oh, what the heck? Why is he a lineman? He needs to be a blitzer. Who are these people? I don't know these people. Get out of here, you guys.
And I know Darth Sidious and Darth Bane. I know those two. But why is Darth there? He should be in there. In the blitzers category.
Yeah, he's an actual Darth character. I mean, it's in his flipping name, literally. Disappointing. Disappointing. I don't give two craps if they're masters or not. They don't have Darth in their name. Oh, man. But, you're going to need all the luck you have, Romkey, because you don't have any more now. Ha ha ha. No more luck for Romkey. Anyways, it's standard Dark Elf team.
Yeah, standard affair.
Who do they fight first, right quick? Let's see. You fight the Joe team, which is dwarfs. Yeah, okay. You're fighting Johnny.
Oh, this...
So, it's going to be entertaining.
Johnny v. Ronky. Oh, God. Prepare the drunken madness.
This is going to be entertaining. Let me put it at that. But,
Yep.
anyways,
So-
let's move on to the next one,
guys,
Black.
give us... Before I cut in, guys, when you two start your match, please, for the love of heaven, give us an idea when you're going to play the match so we can get our popcorn and watch the madness unfold.
Oh, man. Flipping first flip. Before the first turn, someone's going to die. There's going to be a rock somewhere.
Yeah.
It might be
Yeah.
Romkey, it might be Johnny. I don't know. It's going to be crazy, though.
Oh, yeah.
But, anyways, let's move on to the next team, if you don't mind, Black.
As you wish. And that
Oh.
is the Ruthless Sisters, the Amazons by Swen.
He is not
Yeah.
playing dwarfs this season. He's playing Amazons. And, Amazons are really good starting out. They have 4 blodge pieces. Which, sucks for people who don't have tackle.
Yep. And
Very standard
also-
team.
Yeah, with Apothecary as well. I'm gonna be honest, I would have rather have chosen for another lineman to have a very, very deep bench. Get the Apothecary later.
I mean,
But I do...
it's not that bad. He has 3 rerolls, Apothecary.
Yeah.
And he has all the position players, so it's not bad in my opinion. And he has an extra player
What's
that... Yeah, they need to increase the prices on the blitzers so much, man. Like, they need to be at least 100k. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You should be able to afford everything right off the bat. That's stupid.
I mean, the only reason why they're still this level, and I stated this, I think it's because, oh, they've got low armor. I thought, well, no, they've got blodge, which is, like, impossible to bring down unless you got tackle.
Yep. Only dwarves can really destroy an Amazon team at the start. So, anyways,
Yeah, but
still,
if you're lucky, that is.
Yeah, if you're lucky, it's still a good team. They are a top tier team starting out, because of having nothing but dodge. But still, they have low armor. They could die easily if you can bring them down. But anyways, I mean, let's look at Blodge. I mean, she got punched by a Black Orc and died. I mean, who thinks that's going to be the case for these guys or these women? I should say.
Good point.
I mean, but yeah, still a good standard team. Good everything. Blah blah blah. But let's talk about your team now. I mean, let's break it down and make fun of it.
Oh, hold on. First, we still got one more team to look at before we get to me.
But I want to talk about your team first. I'll worry about the
Oh.
Skaven later. I want to pick your team down.
Okay, okay. Well, gentlemen, the defending champion is taking the WW High Flyers, a Kislev Circus team.
And you picked a lot of high flyers in wrestling. I like the team theme. You got both. You got the Hardy Brothers and Blitzers. That's hilarious.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Oh man.
AJ Styles, Ricochet, Eddie Guerrero, La Parka, Chris Jericho, the Hurricane,
Oh
and
man.
Kazarian, Rob.
Flipping.
Yeah,
You should have made instead of Chris Jericho. You should have put Rey Mysterio.
I'm saving him for another player,
Oh, you gonna save him for the bear
get-
or another catcher?
another catcher, basically. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah. Because Agi 4, I can see that. I can understand that. I like the theme though. I wish you the best luck because you're gonna need it. They go through a lot of rerolls.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, I had a choice between either going with 4 rerolls or 3 rerolls in the Apothecary, and I decided to go with the Apothecary route to have a bit more durability.
Make sure that AJ Styles stay alive in your blitzers. I understand, 10,000%. And I mean, you fight AI first, which is ogres, so just stay away from them. You should be fine.
Oh yeah,
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
not ogres, vampires. My bad.
yeah. But we'll get to that once this is over, because after this program, ladies and gentlemen, I will be airing my match against the AI.
You should do fine. Famous last words.
Yeah. Last time I faced AI, look how that ended up.
It was great. What are you talking about? But
I had
anyways,
2 players killed.
I mean, tomatoes.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's move on to Speedy. I know he's getting very impatient of us not talking about his team, and his Skaven. So
Yep.
he has a Rat Ogre, 3 Gutter Runners, 2 Storm Vermin, no Apothecary, and 3 rerolls. A standard start.
And no thrower.
Yeah, no thrower, which, I mean, Gutter Runners can kind of essentially do the same thing.
Yeah.
But
I think that's what he's going for. I think.
it's a weird team start for me. Radogers are very unpredictable, and they could be good. I mean, they can get mutations on doubles, right? I think that's right. I think that's correct. I think that's all
Yeah.
Skaven. So
all
he
Skaven
could
can get
become a
mutations.
good player. But yeah, this team's gonna get battered and beaten. I feel. I mean, that's all Skaven teams. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Ah.
but I mean, if 3 gutter runners get at first skills, they are a nightmare to deal with.
I mean, I could see Speedy easily getting into the top ranked teams because, let's be honest, Skaven is a real top tier team because of the Gutter Runners. And if they're getting mutations, it's gonna be even better, like 2 heads or something. They're gone. See ya. That or get them
yeah.
very long legs and leap. Oh man, that'd be amazing for them. But
Oh yeah.
either way, not a bad team. I probably would have gotten an Apothecary instead of the Rat Ogre. Like, get another lineman and a thrower, get an Apothecary or something like that. But that's just me. Rat Ogres are very unreliable. But good luck with you,
Well,
Speedy. You're
they-
gonna need it.
I think they're even worse in Blood Bowl 3 when they start munching their own players.
Yeah, well, that's the thing to make the Skaven team not as good as they are. I mean, let's be honest. Most Skaven teams will not really pick a Rat Ogre. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time they will not have a Rat Ogre. I wouldn't start with a Rat Ogre myself.
Yep.
But still, a good team. That's a nerf that the Skaven needed. Let's be honest. But
And-
anyways,
And shuffling along, we're going to talk about Grimm's team, the Army of Daves.
all right. So
Okay,
I had to
Interesting name.
say something to Grimm. He had let's be honest. His team was Dave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had to say something because, all right, I understand you want a Dave theme, but can you make it slightly better? And then he did it, so I appreciate that, Grimm. 10,000%. Thank you very much. And
but this team, I'm a little bit horrified what I'm seeing. I mean, one
Yeah.
blitzer?
Yeah, that is something. Reroll's not a big deal for high elves, because they are Agi 4 and whatnot. Playing from high elves from last season, this is very bizarre. I can understand why you get the thrower and catcher, But my start out was a catcher, 2 blitzers, and the rest linemen. I don't think I got the reroll first either. Because, I mean, I'm high elves. I have 8 armor value.
I mean, very wrong. An apothecary for an elf team right at the beginning is brilliant because it means he's going to have a bit more durability. But the fact he's only got 1 blitzer, that is a bit dangerous because if that blitzer gets taken out, it's like, right, how are you going to stop half the teams that are going to try and rip your head off?
Yeah, this is a very odd team. I don't know. We'll have to see it. It might work. It's a bizarre startup from what I'm used to. And he does have a blitzer, so we know who he's going to be blitzing with, and you know that he's not going to be on the line. And he only has 3 players to worry about protecting, and he has Apothecary. So, or mainly 2 players. The throwers kind of throw away, to be honest. Pun intended. So, we'll have to see. We don't know. I know he's going to try to save up for a blitzer if none of his other players die. So, we'll have to see. Believe it or not, high elf lineman, probably one of the best linemen that actually cost a lot.
Yeah.
6, 3, 4, 8. That's a great stat line starting out.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to see. It might do something. Good luck to you, Grim. Very interesting to see on how your high elves will do. But let's move on to the next one, which is Bretonnian. And Soul Crusher with his weird team name. I'm not going to butcher if I say it.
I'll give it a try.
Go ahead.
Forces de la Aglua. It's called.
Good try. Good try. I think you butchered it, but good
German.
try. let's get Johnny in here. You can say it, right?
Oh god, you try and get Johnny to say it, we will be here all week.
Well, believe it or not, Johnny can speak German.
Ah.
He actually has a lot of languages. He can speak English, German, and Ches, which is funny enough. We think Johnny is one of the stupidest players in the league, but yeah, he's actually fairly intelligent, believe it or not. It's very weird. I don't understand it. It's like Johnny weirdness mutating everywhere. I don't understand it. But anyways, let's talk about Soul Crusher's team.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like a standard affair team, to be honest.
Looks very standard to me. He's going to get an Apothecary next. He decided to get 2 rerolls instead of 3. But he has all the position players.
Yeah, I mean, 4 blockers and 4 blitzers. Now, that is pretty good. I mean, think about the blockers, right? They're going to be causing mischief a little bit on the... and any player that tries to hit them.
Yeah, because of Wrestle.
Yep. And then you got the linemen, which we all know they're there to die. Let's be honest, they're there to die.
Oh, linemen, good for treatment to punch and kill. Ugh. And then I go for the blockers after I steal all the rerolls.
Yeah. Then you got the blitzers. I mean, we all know that any Bretonnian team, the blitzers are the key players. And
blitzers
if they
are
get going, if they get going, they are terrifying. But at the same time, I think we can all agree, if they get taken out early, that Bretonnian team will crumple.
Oh yeah, if you lose 2 of your blitzers early on, you can still make it. But if you lose all your blitzers or 3 blitzers, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough and tough, and you'd be ready for a scrap. But the good thing about the Bretonnian team, they are kind of like a very versatile team. They can throw with their blitzers, they can catch with their blitzers, they can run with their blitzers, and the rest of the team is there to flip and hold the enemy off, so the blitzers don't die. So 4 players to worry about.
Yep.
I mean, your blockers are kind of there to worry about, but not as much as your blitzers.
And considering this could be not only the Kislev, but also the Bretonnians' last seasons. With their last season.
I mean, they're going to get replaced by a different Bretonnian team that has an ogre.
Which is
not
like,
as great as blitzers.
Which makes them, 10 times better because they got an ogre?
It's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see on how the new wannabe Bretonnian team will be. So, anyways, good luck to you, Soul Crusher.
And next is another returning coach. The Drunken Johnny makes his return with the Dwarves.
I mean, let's be honest. It's Drunken Johnny. He has Dwarves. It fits together pretty well.
Yeah, now what's surprising about this team is he's only got 1 blitzer. That surprised me.
You know, like, in all reality, I think this is not bad. because he decided to go with 2 runners. So he's thinking about the ball instead of punching. I mean, let's be honest. Dwarfs, they're going to punch almost 10,000 times all the time. I mean, the Longbeards can hold their own every single day of the week. And him not having a blitzer is not a big deal. He has 2 Troll Slayers, he has a blitzer, and he has 2 runners. The runners have sure hands, and let's be honest, if you went 1 runner, he goes down. Who are you going to pick up the ball with? A blitzer? Okay. Good luck trying to pick it up. You don't have sure hands.
True, but what's really interesting about his team, like the Dave team, the old Joe's references.
Yeah, there's Pirate Joe in here too.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to die first.
Probably. Before I go any further, Johnny, you missed the most important person with Joe in. You've missed G.I. Joe.
I didn't think about that either. That would have been good to have. Oh, man.
I might do that as a theme one day, but the right team has to come across for me to use it.
Indeed, indeed. Well, speaking of dwarfs, let's go to more dwarfs. Chaos dwarfs, in fact, with Thanax. Dumbledore's enemy, apparently.
Yeah, I'm sensing a Harry Potter reference here.
Yeah, I bet. Where's Harry, though?
I don't think it'll be there. I think it's all like the bad guys.
Wait a minute, Dumbledore. Is it? So this is Harry Potter, not like what you call it? Who was that in Lord of the Rings?
No, it's Harry Potter. Dumbledore was the headmaster of Hogwarts.
They sound the same though, don't they?
They do sound the same, but I mean, in most literature, a lot of people do reference
it is Harry Potter. I had to look it up. Like, wait a minute, what? Oh man, I haven't really watched too much of either one. I've only watched like a little bit. So
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's a classic Chaos Dwarf team. 3 Hobgoblins, bunch of Chaos Dwarf blockers, and 2 Bull Centaurs.
It's not actually a classic team. Actually, what Fanix has done is he sacrificed a 4th Hobgoblin, and instead he's put it into cheerleaders, fan factor.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that crap. I disagree with that. I would have actually gotten a reroll instead. But I mean, he's gonna get the kickoff events, so good luck with that. You're gonna need it.
I think that's why he did it. I think that's why he did it for, because he wants to control the kickoff zone. But as we all know, kickoff is a very fickle mistress, and sometimes it will help you or screw you over.
Even like, with the fan factor and everything. Yep. It's so odd.
Like, like what happened to you?
Yeah, that was. I mean, the kickoff event. Well, yeah, I had a guy get killed by a rock. So, yeah, I hate that part of the kickoff events. I'm glad they're removing that part of the kickoff event, because that was so stupid. That's so dumb.
I think they just changed it to like you just get knocked down, doesn't it? By DP players get knocked down, doesn't it? That's all they changed it to now.
No, that instead of like that was the stunning thing. Like players jump on the field and start stunning everyone. They removed the rock event completely.
Yeah.
What they did is they changed it. If someone's trying to stall, someone throws a rock or whatever, they get mad. It's like a D6 or something like that, or D12. Yeah. I can't remember. If they stall.
I do know that the new pitch invasion, they got rid of that. Instead, it's now if they roll a dice, they get sent off, kind of thing. I think that's what they've done with that one.
Something. It's not them getting off the field. Something throws something at them or whatever. And it's just a weird rule. We'll see more of it in Blood Bowl 3 than we are in Blood Bowl 2, of course, because it doesn't exist in Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah. Which we won't find out till Blood Bowl 3, which hopefully will be coming soon, and hopefully I'll get my hands on the beta.
Oh yeah, hopefully. But anyways, let's move on to the next team, and it's a stunty team, a friendly stunty team, sort of.
Yep, it is the Midnight Metal by Delphire. The Goblins.
Fire with your gobos. Overall, it's a standard Goblin team. He went with the 1,000 team value instead of the usual 850 or 800. What do you want to call it? So.
But this is interesting though. And I want your opinion on this. No, he's got the Fanatic. He's got that, but only 1 troll.
Yes, 2 trolls. What are you talking about?
I can only see 1 on here.
There's 2.
There it is.
11 and 1.
He's put. Alright. He's got 2 trolls, but look at the sidebar though. He thinks. I mean, an Apothecary Makes sense, hero, but I don't know why he put fan factor, coach assistant, and cheerleader. Why not go for inducements? I'm a little confused by this.
I think he doesn't care about the inducements, which is kind of bizarre to me since they're Gobos. And I'm a Gobbo main, so I usually go for the inducements over the straight TV. But I mean, to each their own. I guess he's trying something new. Personally, if he was going to get a million TV, I would have got a Pogar instead of an extra Gobbo. But
Yeah,
I mean,
but, I
it
mean,
might work.
I mean, I can understand the deep bench to cover for the Looney and the Fnatic. It's understandable.
Yeah. So I mean, he has the players to really do something. I just don't know how great it's going to work because no inducements to have your Looney and Fnatic on the field. So we'll have to see. It might work out for him, but I'm not going to guarantee it. I mean, he's fighting me first.
Yep.
So.
And speaking
Anyways.
of which, care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, it's the Ravenous Ingredients. Hopefully I said my name right. Anyways, I'm a halfling team. And I went with the inducement build. I went with 2 treemen and the rest halflings. What is it? 10 halflings. One reroll. No apothecary. So I'm going for the max amount of inducements I can get. So Deep Root Strong Branch and Halfling Master Chef. Usual halfling build for most halflings. You could go with 1,000 build, but you don't really want to.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you look at it. I mean, you're gonna get 400 inducements right off the bat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is one thing when I saw the match, I thought you versus Goblins. I thought, oh, this should be interesting. How much inducements were you gonna get?
400 because he has 1,000.
Yeah. But like I said, when I had a look at when I look at these teams, I'm thinking, I think Delphi might have a bit of an issue coming up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, you never know. Chainsaw might do something. I don't know. This season is kind of like me just goofing off, trying to kill as many people as I can, foul them, just do the usual halfling thing you see. And I mean, I kind of like my team theme. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone besides the treemen are different types of like meats that you eat. And of course, the treemens are their own tools and whatnot. That's killing, so it makes sense.
You know what I was gonna call my team if I got the Halflings?
What were you gonna do it?
I was gonna call them the barbecue pitters, and I was gonna make them all like different variants of way of cooking barbecue.
I got barbecue in mind. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, don't get me wrong. Texas make the best barbecue. Saying it right now.
It's debatable. They have
Well,
good
I've traveled
barbecue.
the states a few times, so
Yeah, I've been to Texas, and I live in the States.
fair enough.
But anyways, yeah, just classic halfling team. It's gonna be an interesting start since I'm fighting Gobos first with 1,000 TV. So.
And
Yeah.
last but not least, we've got the Vampire AI.
Vampire AI, let's see. 3 vampire. Believe it or not, it's actually not a bad vampire team starting out.
Yeah, I mean, look how deep the bench they've made. I
Oh
honestly
yeah.
thought they would have gone with the AI would have gone with 4 vampires.
I don't know. I mean, it's vampires. I mean, you're gonna have vampires that throw 3 reroll. Don't pop. Yeah, that's it. It's AI. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's true enough.
But we kind of gave some of our thoughts for the schedule. I didn't really go into it too much. I guess we can kind of quickly go through it. Say who do you think is going, who do you think is going to lose, right quick. I guess.
Yeah.
Since we're already in the Utah division, let's start with them.
Yep.
I believe that you're probably going to beat the AI. Let's be honest, it's AI.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be hilarious if you do lose someone, but I mean, it's AI, so I don't know. Whatever happens, happen.
Yeah.
Next thing up
Oh,
is
jeez.
Skaven
jeez.
and was it? I can't remember no more. High Elves. Skaven and High Elves.
High
That's
Elves.
it's gonna be interesting.
I'm going with a draw. Blizzard.
I feel like Speedy's gonna win this one. I have 2 reasons why. Number 1, he has 2 blitzers. He has more block. Number 2, he has a Rat Ogre that can out strength the line. And he has Prince Altel, so any lineman that's near the Rat Ogre is gonna have a -1 to dodge out, so it's gonna be 3+ instead of 4+. So the rat ogre could probably do something decent here. Yeah, I think this game is gonna win. 3-1 or 3-2, something like that.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
All right. Ruthless Sisters, which is Swin, versus Solstein, which I'm not going to try to say the name of.
Don't blame you. Hard to say. This one's a bit of an. This one could go either way. This match.
I think Soul's gonna win this match because he knows how to play humans and he mains all the human teams, and he has more block. Well, no, never mind, not more block. He has. Well, I say more block because he has more wrestle as well. And wrestle's not bad if there's the ball carrier. So I feel like the Bertoni team just has better skills in this regard. Yes, there's all dodge, but there's 4 blockers that have wrestle, so the blitzers can still go down regardless of what happens.
Yeah. I think this match is going to come down to a bit of tactics in this match.
And the blitzers have more speed than any of the Amazons, so it's also that into a factor. But that's just me. I think Bertoni's going to win 2-1.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
That's fair. Next things up is Romkey with his Dark Elves versus the Joe team, which is with the Johnny team. Johnny.
Now this match, I don't have a clue how to call this one.
I have no idea. I think Romkey's going to win, but I think he might. I hope he sustains casualties. I hope that. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll have to see. I did say that he doesn't have luck this season, so let's see if it happens like that. So yeah, I'm going just because I'm biased and I said it, I'm gonna say Johnny wins 2-1. I don't know how this is gonna happen, but yeah, it's gonna happen something like that.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you. There's gonna be casualties. There's gonna be blood, but I'm gonna go with Ronki 2-1.
I know. I'm just being biased. I expect Romkey to win. I'm just saying Johnny's gonna win because I said that Romkey's not gonna have any luck. I'm trying to jinx him.
Well, considering this is me and how every time I predict it, something goes wrong. Someone.
True. Yeah. Oh,
that's why I picked Monkey.
Next match is going to be very interesting as well, though. Lizardman versus Chaos Dwarfs.
I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna be a hard matchup for Oath.
Yes.
At the same time, this is a matchup for Oath to not lose because the point here, Oath is a very good coach.
Yes, he's a very good coach. He is a previous season winner.
Yep. He's also the only thing he's got to watch out for is to make sure his skinks don't get like isolated or taken out by the dwarfs.
Keep your skinks away from the very slow dwarfs. That's all you need to do, and you'll be fine.
Yep. At the same time, though, for the sources, they have no block, but they do. So it's really, I feel this game is gonna boil down to Nuffle, if anything.
Oh, it's gonna be a Nuffle match, definitely. I say for skill level wise, I think no offense to Thanex, I think Oath is slightly better skill, but team wise, Chaos Dwarfs are just way better starting out. They have 6 block pieces. They have 2 Bull Centaurs. Only thing bad about the Chaos Dwarfs is their ability to pick up the ball. So if I was Oath, I'll be going after the Hobgoblins the best I can. Take them down. They are easy to take down because they're 6, 3, 3, 7. And they're not as strong as a Lizardman. Bad thing is, there's also 6 Chaos Dwarfs. So you gotta pick and choose your battles. Hopefully, if you got two dwarfs marked with one Saurus, you can blitz with another Saurus and take out a Hobgoblin. But dwarves are great for cages, so this can go either way. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 1-1 tie.
I'm gonna be honest, and Fanex is gonna punch me for this, but I believe 2-1 the Ancient Predators.
I mean, I can see it too. I just don't know about these skills levels, like or when I say skill levels, I'm talking about like the skills difference because all the block. He even has 2 strength 4 pieces. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a tough match. It's probably one of the better matches to watch for this week of the Europe Division.
Oh yes, that one's gonna be the most interesting.
Last one, but certainly not least, is my match: Halflings versus Gobos.
Yep, Battle of the Shorties.
And it's my match, so you speak your mind about it. What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm gonna be. Well, this is the funny thing about your match. Unlike the others, this match is gonna involve who gets kickoff first. That is where I think the tone of the match might be started.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can all agree the Tree Men are going to naturally dominate against everyone bar the Fanatic for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But also, it's that chainsaw. Now, if you get first turn, that chainsaw's not going to be around for a while, and that gives you time to cause a bit of mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, if he goes first with a chainsaw, yeah, now you've named your guys out of meat products, I think they might end up being, what you eat kind of scenario.
Well, the treatment are not meat products. They're the things that, what you want to call it? Prep the meat. Chop the meat. Grind the meat. So, they're like meat grinder or, what was the other one? I can't remember. I can't remember my own team names. But they're those two are not meat products. Meat cleaver, and then we have grinder. So that's the two treatment. And another thing you gotta think about though, they are treatment, so they have armor value 10. They're not regular everything else. Like if it's a halfling, if you blitz with a halfling, like if he blitzes chainsaw to the halfling, it's gonna be 3 armor versus 7 armor. Wait, no, 8 armor because it's 11 plus to 8 plus. So.
Yep.
I don't know.
It depends really what he does, but I think what's going to be on your side is the inducements.
Yep. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, because let's be honest, and I think everyone agrees, Storm Branch, one of the most broken characters.
He's getting cheaper, by the way, in Blood Bowl 3.
I know it's ridiculous. He should not be cheaper. He should be on the tier of Morgan Forg.
He's really
how good he is. But that's another topic for another day. I'm going to be honest. It all depends really who gets the kickoff. If you get the kickoff, you're going to be doing most of the bashing and killing.
Oh.
If Delphi gets the kickoff, it could go the other way.
It depends on the loony. I can say that. It just depends on the
Yep.
loony. And he might not even blitz my flipping treatment for all I know. So, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting match.
Yep. And in my honest opinion, I'm going for and this might give some people a heart attack, but I'm going with a 0-0 draw.
I could see that. I definitely could. But let's be honest. One of us is going to be throwing something, and someone's going to make a touchdown with a throw.
Yep.
So, I can understand 0-0 draw. I mean, I can see it.
Yep. Because this is what I picture it's going to happen. A pair of you are going to have a hurling match where you're going to throw things at each other.
Yeah.
And see
that's a
who
good possibility.
can do the most killing.
Yep, I can see it. But let's move on to the USA side and see what my would-be home teams would be like. Schedule-wise, chaotic characters versus Strout Fists. What is that? Isn't that AI?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's AI.
Ogre.
I expect flipping. It might be a tie, but I fully expect that Joe's gonna win. I don't have to say a score because I'm fully expecting.
I'm going to horrify people, but I think the Ogres will beat the Chaos.
Oh my gosh, Joe's gonna kill you now.
You have to catch you first. The reason I'm saying this because Joe is one of those weird players where it's like he tries to do everything right, but then Nova comes in and gives him a kick in the teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next one, which is the humans versus the orcs. And this could go either way, in my opinion.
This is a classic match. I mean, the one thing that's going for Blonde is he's got an ogre. That's going for him.
Yeah, but there's 4 black orcs.
Yeah. But he's got 4 blitzers. So, I think the battle is going to be decided by 2 things. 1, can his catcher get down there quick enough and score touchdowns quickly avoid getting killed?
Mm-hmm.
Or 2, will the attrition rate catch up to the humans?
I don't know. Maybe for all we know, maybe an ogre takes out a black orc. Don't know.
That'd be hilarious.
Seen it happen before.
Or could
yeah,
be the other way around.
This
Could the
go
ogre
either
be
way.
murdered?
Yeah, that could happen too. I mean, the line gets punched up, then the ogre gets down. I mean, strength 3 lineman, strength 4 black orc. Black orc's gonna win. There's no guard. Yeah. I don't know. This is tough. I don't know how Vanguard's gonna play. Because he is an East coach. I don't know what skill level is. So I'm just going to go with an easy prediction and say it's going to be a 1-1 tie. Just to be safe, because I don't know Vanguard how he's going to play.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going with a 2-1 Orcs, because I feel the Orcs might just squeak by.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it go either way. So, I don't know. This is a very unpredictable match. It's something to watch. Hopefully it's not a nullifying match. It'd be really close to watch and be fun to watch. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yep.
But the next match is going to be very interesting.
Yes, indeed. Which is the Necromantic team versus the Wood Elves.
Indeed.
Right, how do we call this?
You know something? Formal's a really good coach. Credit Sodaman is still learning. But at the same time, the Wood Elves are way quicker, way more agility, but they have less armor. But also at the same time, the Claw doesn't matter anymore because they have low armor. And there's no Mighty Blow. They have strength, but not the speed. So.
And also one white, it kind of leaves them open if the two, you know, one decide to pick on them, you know what I mean?
And let's be honest, like, Wood Elves, even if they lose players, it's still not going to matter. Like, it will matter if it's a War Dancer, but if it's just a lineman, it's not going to matter.
Oh, yeah.
So in this aspect, it can go either way as long as the War Dancer doesn't go down. Heck, for all we know, there might be a werewolf dead. We don't.
Yep.
But looking at the teams and looking at the players, I feel like Formal is going to win this one. It's going to be a 1-2 win with Formal winning. And he's going to barely win it. I feel like it's going to be a really close match.
It was a treatment for him to chew on, where, you know, he could cock his leg up and you know, do the whole tree thing.
He could go with Treeman. He could change it up and go with Treeman and start punching some linemen. But at the same time, there is flipping werewolves, and those werewolves can like that Treeman can get outnumbered, and then a werewolf comes in, takes him out because of claws.
True.
I don't know.
True. I'm gonna go with 1-1 because I just got a feeling that it's gonna be one of those games where something weird's gonna happen.
Yeah, I went with 2-1 Formal winning. I don't know. I just feel like Formal is just the better coach. No offense to Kenny Crazy Soda Man. This is my opinion. But the next match is going to be more interesting.
Yep. Nurgle versus Elves.
Pro Elves.
Yeah,
Elven Union. I don't know.
To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna shock a lot of people, but I think Bright Elves might have more of an advantage here than we might give him credit for.
I think he has a really good chance because Nurgle is the anti-elf team, besides dwarves, obviously, because of the disturbing presence. He has 4 players that have disturbing presence. If he puts them out decently, spreads them out decently, then the elves can run around everywhere, but there's going to be disturbing presence to make it a 3+ instead of 4+.
Yeah. So. Plus the fact as well with the Beast of Nurgle as well. If he can get a few players with the Beast of Nurgle, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have a hard job getting out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like elves are gonna win this one, but they're gonna sustain a lot of losses. So I'm just gonna say it be a 3-1. Surprisingly enough, Pro Elves winning, but they lose 3 players.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw because I just got a feeling that Bright he'll just slow the pace down to a point it's on his terms.
We'll have to find out and see. It'll be interesting to watch.
Indeed.
Next one up is Redemption Past Death, which is Roger Death and flipping Scythe with his E Street Slashers.
Right.
Another weird matchup.
Good question. How do we call this one? Because
I feel like Roger has the better stat team. Reason why I say that, I mean, 2 whites and 2 mummies. He's going to outstrength the line because of the mummies. They both have Mighty Blow. And Scythe does not have anyone that besides he doesn't have as much strength because his Gobos are only strength 2, and everyone's weak besides the Storm Vermin, which I know is Skaven Blitzers, but I'm calling them Storm Vermin because that's what they are, and the Troll. And he's going to get punched a lot. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah,
Roger is going to be out punching him the entire time. Scythe might get lucky and run away, but the ghouls are there to be safety. So I don't
yeah.
know.
I kind of feel that with the goblins, I mean, this could be an advantage for Scythe because no tackle and literally not very much on the block department. I think the goblins might give him some problems. You know what I mean? To try and beat them down.
The Gobos could run everywhere and not go down. That is a possibility. And Scythe does have the player advantage, I believe. So he could start fouling as well. Bring a flipping mummy down and foul with a Gobbo. I've seen it happen. He has one extra player. He could do fouling.
Oh yeah.
So,
But this one, I think I'll be agreeing with you. I think Roger is gonna win this one because I think Roger might just have enough just to get through.
I mean, there's also that Roger bad luck, so that can always come into play. I still feel like Roger's gonna win this. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 or a 1-0.
Yeah, I'm going for 2-1 as well for the Death team.
Yeah.
Roger.
Anyway, speaking about more death, we got the Kimry team versus the Red Rockets Norse team.
This, I'm gonna be honest, this is going to be ugly in every sense of the word.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff messed up after this, I believe, on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, let's not beat around the bush with the Norse team. The Norse team have got to deal with those Tomb Guardians, and if those Tomb Guardians get motoring against the Norse, this could get very ugly very quickly.
But the thing is, Norse have a really good answer for the Tomb Guardians. If you use the Yeti correctly, then those Tomb Guardians are just chopped dice meat.
Yep. And we also got to add the factor as well, with all the Norse having block, yes, they have advantage in taking down the Skellies, but we also got to look at the point as well, attrition might play a big factor here.
I feel like attrition is the biggest factor when it comes to this team. Yes, they have all block. They have the advantage for punching wise, but when they get punched back is when they have the disadvantage. Yes, there's not as much block on the Kimry team, but they have more strength. They have the same amount of players, and they will have the ball advantage, like being able to pick up the ball easier. So in that aspect, I feel like GW Rules should win, but it's going to be a pain trying to get through that Kimry cage. He does have the tools to do it. It's just going to be a pain to do it.
I kind of feel this match is going to be an old-fashioned slugfest.
Oh, it's definitely going to be that. And both coaches are really great. Malt won season 4. And GW Rules got really close in the playoffs with the Dwarfs.
Yep. Until bizarre happenstance made him lose to Scythe of all people.
Yeah, he lost to Scythe, and I don't know. It can go either way. I feel like this is gonna be a draw, though. I feel like it's gonna be a 2-2 draw or a 1-1 draw. I don't feel like either one's gonna really make a big thing unless the Yeti goes down or some Tomb Guardians go down. Then we'll see a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, this one, I agree. This one's gonna be a draw. It's going to be, like I said, it's not a question of the scoreline. It's a question of the casualty rate.
Indeed, indeed. But I believe that is everyone. And we did more than I thought we were going to do, because I said we weren't even going to do this scheduling part. But we did! And we made it at a record time of less than 2 hours. So, with that in mind, I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see all of you in the next live stream video.
Yep. And I'll see you all in a few minutes for my match.
Alright. Later, everyone.